messing with
What
us. Our show chart didn't start.
what's I don't
I don't
know.
know what's going on. This is one of those days. This is going to be one of those days. Welcome everybody to the Worst Nighted Show. We welcome you all. We
What
welcome you
are we
all.
on?
We're on. We're on.
Yes, we do.
So I would like to tell everybody
What?
that
Okay.
Simon is in a far location, far, far away. So there might be a delay. Mark is not here.
Okay. I'm talking, people. There's about a second delay, and when Rupert says something, he has to wait 4 or 5 seconds for me so he can reply. I'm sorry, audience, but you know what? Push the button, press like, subscribe, share it, because you can't get no show like this where we're going to have to fight through technical difficulties.
But it will work out. It will work out. So, Simon, I want to say this. How was your weekend, man? How did everything go? What was your weekend like? Let us know.
I'm counting. I'm sorry. The week, it was a pretty mild week. The weather has been atrocious. The weather has been atrocious. But we blessed for it. But we got to say this, though. Mark is not here. And I look over here. I can't jab him. I can't poke him. I can't do nothing like that because it's his anniversary. Anita and Mark's anniversary today. Congratulations on both. Go ahead, Rupert.
Yeah, hey, I've had a great weekend too. We did it was a weekend that we just we had our food pantry ministry, which my lovely wife, she handles that.
Yeah.
And so that went on, and we do it every first and third Saturday. So that went well, of course, and Sunday, of course, service. We had a wonderful Lord's Supper or communion or Eucharist, whatever you want to call it. We had that wonderful day. So we had a real good weekend. Real good weekend. I'm excited about today. And again, as you said, Mark and Nita are not with us today. Mark's not with us today, so Nita won't be with us today. No questions from her. So guess what, everybody? We need you all to step up and ask those questions and give us those comments so that we can run this show. And this show is about gossip. Simon, is gossip
Oh my gosh.
in the church?
I don't think there's gossip in your church and my church. I don't think I'd say it's gossip. Anyway, we'll take that one back.
What?
Well, I say it's wonderful gossip. But yes, gossip is dangerous. Lord have mercy. The tongue is dangerous.
Yes.
And all jokes aside, it hurts people. Yeah, it hurts people. And some people never recover from it. Some people can recover, but gossip is dangerous.
Very, very dangerous. Everyone, we're talking about not just the gossip, that the little things that happen over the phone, but we're talking about things, the rumors, the things that infiltrate the church and that can destroy a congregation or assembly because of it, can divide it and make it diverse and cause all sorts of issues. So we want you to make your comments, thoughts, ask your questions. But what we're going to talk about first is kind of, how gossip how it just spreads. I mean, from the pulpit to the door. I don't think there's anywhere in the church. I don't care if musicians, the preachers, the pew saints, everybody. It seems in the church, gossip finds its way through the cracks and the crevices and makes issue. What do you think is the reason why people have this thing with gossip? Why do people love rumors? What do you think?
Now, all I can say is, of course, there's got to be jealousy sometimes. And let me just say, it may be immediate. I'll just use security. So someone could be on security and they say something to somebody, and then the next person don't like what they say, or they think they can do a better job than what the security is, and will go to their friend or send a text message. You know what? So and so was I don't think they're very good at what they do because they do this and do this. Next minute, you know, somehow I can travels and people get upset, and we have to have a meeting, and then pastors have to have a meeting with the church, and bishops got to have a meeting with the church. Saints one another because what you're saying, secondhand information could not always be the full because you might add or you might say something different. Go ahead, Rupert.
Yeah. I think jealousy. I think that's a great starting point, right? Jealousy is something that we deal with, even in the church. Even though we ought not to be jealous of one another or covet one another. One of the biggest commandments: don't covet your neighbor's stuff. But we kind of have that, and that's where I think it creeps into. I think somebody becomes jealous or envious of somebody who else, or the fact that people don't take the time to get, like you said, the whole story, right? They take pieces of it and they
Yes.
bring that to other people and don't know the whole story. Go ahead, you were saying?
Yes. Yes. So, whole story. It just seems the falseness of a story gets more. What's the word? Gets more attention than somebody telling the truth. Like just like media too. Media likes stories that either violent. They like stories that. Oh, let's have our own scenarios. So, go ahead, Rupert. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, but this is a great. The person wants us to
Yes, I
find
know.
or distinguish what is the definition of gossip. Well, what we're talking about are people speaking rumors in the church, or speaking rumors. It's not even just saying the church, but people speaking rumors that are not always true. They could be true, but they're not for everybody's ears, and they're spreading it to cause, and not to cause an issue, but let's say they're spreading it, and it maybe not be their place to spread it, but it is coming out often in a wrong way or at a wrong time. For instance, the pastor could be speaking to a couple of people. Somebody overhears, he wants to make an announcement, but instead of him being able to make the announcement, her she making the announcement, the end of somebody else starts speaking it out into front of different people and spread that news. And by the time the pastor does announce it, it goes to 13 different iterations. And now what he's announcing or she's announcing is accurate, but everybody else thinks something different. That's what I mean by kind of gossip. Go ahead, man.
Let me allude to what. Thank you, Vanessa, coming on. Appreciate you. Thank you. Now, for instance, if someone's preaching, somebody they're not good. They're not preaching very better than that. Look how they talking, and then they'll turn to someone or say something to someone else and make a comment or whatever, instead of trying to either encourage, because we know that everybody can't preach.
Right.
Some people try. There are good preachers, and there are preachers who preach slow. Some preachers scream. Preachers, it's all different. And then you want to try and evaluate in your own scenario what they should be doing, not thinking about what your own self. What do you think people will say about you if you're preaching? What do you think? Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I think that you're right. It's sometimes people will bring something forth and spread it. Oh, that wasn't good. Or use this term. Oh, it's just not. It, some people may like it, but I thought it was not as this and they've never gone up there with
Yeah.
yeah, Ken Walsh, our producer, says, "Nah, people are not jealous; they are just bored." Don't agree with that. I think boredom doesn't make you gossip. I think that boredom makes you tell lies, but not gossip. Plus, there's 70% not men. I think he's trying to poke a bear, and I don't. That he's trying to get to say that women do most gossiping. I don't know if the women are going to like that, but they will come back, I'm sure, and let us know what they feel about that comment.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. They'll be on there in a minute.
So you can take this one, Simon.
Okay. So Nadine says sometimes people mishear or misinterpret, which we said, what was actually said, and they want to have an audience, which is absolutely true. Because when people have gossip, sometimes it's people go, "What did you hear? What? Oh my gosh, did you hear that yourself?" So when you have information which is not true, people still want to flock into you. And then when they find out you're telling stories, they're upset with you.
It's too late, right? It's too late. And that's the thing, right? That my mom always used to say, right? That a gossiper could only gossip if there's an audience, right? You can't gossip if you don't have an audience. So what they do is they gossip, and some people love to hear gossip. That's why all these reality shows and these silly shows that are on, or these newspapers and things, they sell because people love to hear gossip. And sometimes people just like other people's misery, right? So
the ladies are coming on, bro. The ladies are coming on. After this comment.
What about an opinion that you may share with a friend? Now, so Simon, I'll take this one and you can come after me, but I don't think that an opinion isn't deeply gossip. I think an opinion's an opinion. I can believe that someone's not efficient, right? But if I am spreading it to sound as if, this is what it is, that person's no good. Not, hey, I think that, hey, the person could be great to other folks, but for me, it's not my cup of tea. But I don't think that they're bad. It's just not my cup of tea. Versus, you know what? Did you like that? Did you think that was good? I don't know. I don't think it was very good. They're trying to instigate something. They're trying to get you now to voice your opinion and cause maybe a little bit of a rumble. That's what I think. But go ahead, Simon. What do you think?
Now, if you're saying with a friend, opinion with your friend, now your friends are really, I don't think you really, if it's your friend, you're not really having a gossip. You're having a conversation. And then when you're having a conversation, you two know each other, or you both know each other. So your conversations, you really know what you both are talking about. And you far you going. You can joke with it. You can be serious with it. But I don't think it's general gossip. But you both will have your opinions. But then if there's a crowd, 4 or 5 people, and you feel like no one's listening to me, or everyone else is saying something and being laughed at more than the other, and they're drawing all that attention, then you go, you know what? Guess what I heard? Then all of a sudden, everything stops. Attention's on you. You go ahead, Rupert.
Attention's on you. That's it. But let's get to this one, because somebody's saying, "Hold on now, Ken." Right?
Hold on, Ken.
Mark's not here. Anita's not here, but Holly's still here, and she's saying, "Hold on now."
Holly's still here.
so she
I do want underneath.
right away.
Nadine. Nadine says, I know, Holly. I left it alone. Don't leave it alone. Get on there.
Come back at it. Come back at it. Come back at it. Okay. He's jumping ahead. He's jumping ahead. He's trying to get his thing in there. We're not going to jump ahead.
Yeah.
Let's keep it where it is. Right?
No. But Shirley Nelson has a good point.
Yeah, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Dexter says, gossip, one who chatters idly about others, such talk to take part in or spread gossip. Thank you, D. Barnes. Thank you, Dexter, our brother. Ken said,
Yes, DB.
All right, I've been in a few churches, and you know the folk who got the info and spread it, and they're just bored and want a dish of dirt about this and that. Well, again, I agree with that. You kind of know where the gossipers are, right? But I don't know if they're bored. I kind of know where they are.
It's not boredom. I don't think it's boredom. It's not bored. It's they need attention. They want the spotlight.
They want the spotlight. Yeah.
Shirley Nelson says, but your friend has a friend.
Yeah. That's the scary part, right? That's the scary part, right? Because if you say something to your friend and you say it in confidence, you would hope that they don't say it to somebody else, but you're not always sure. And now what you tell them becomes their gossip. So that's what Shirley's saying, which is true. So even if we tell a friend something and we share our opinion, that opinion now can become gossip.
So how deep is that friend? I mean, because I can say Rupert and Mark is my friend, and when we have a discussion, we can talk about it. And there's some things that we may joke about. And if you tell someone else, yeah, I was on the show with Simon and Mark, and we were talking about these about. See, that's not gossip. That's just conversation. Gossip is if you want to say, Mark and Simon feel like they trying to take over, and I don't get too much to say or something like that, and then go tell their friend, and then they tell their friend. Next minute, the friend's calling up Rupert and saying, you know what they're saying about you?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right on that. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So Ken came back and said, Holly, come on now. Count the gossipers you know on your hand, and you know who they are. Ken,
don't be surprised if Anita chimes in. You're attacking daughter.
Yeah, that may happen. But
you uncle.
If we're gonna be honest, right? There are a lot of male gossipers too. There's a lot of male gossip. There's a lot of men who like gossip. So we got to be careful, right? There's a lot of men who like gossip. So Vernetta says, well, gossip is usually trashy. Yes. Opinions to me, I think she must meant to say are not.
Are not.
Yeah, are not. So
yeah, gossip is trashy.
Yeah, but I think you broke it down the right way, right? What might start up as an opinion can become gossip, right? Because of that trail. Mm-hmm. I tell you something in confidence, you kind of take it and tell somebody else, and you leave out a part or two because you don't know, or the context of the story is not given. That person tells somebody, now that person gets back to me and says something, and it's not exactly what it is, and now it sounds trashy. What could have been, hey man, I accidentally, I fell, and while I was falling, I hit my wife, I knocked her down. I did by accident. I told you that. You say to somebody, man, he fell out and hit his wife. The next person, he hit his wife. Then I get a call, you hit your wife? No, that's not what happened. Right? So now it becomes something that's not.
Gossip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And before you read this question, hey, saints of God, Walsh is a producer. Okay, his name is Ken Walsh. I see the question coming up with here. Direct it to him because this is I may be able to prove it, but this is not my opinion. I say the gossipers start with sister, usher, mother. You all know I'm right. Oh Jesus!
I'm glad he's a producer and he can hide in the background and say these things.
Yes,
These are our opinions. I definitely don't agree with it. So, you know, that's just what I'm saying. Let's go on. Uh-oh. Mr. Esther is coming out with gossip is a sin. Let us control our tongues before God who knows our motives.
Thank you, Esther. You preaching a message.
Somebody says yes.
Back up. Yes.
Gossip stops with you.
Yes.
So,
viewers know also, I have a 4-second delay. Yeah, I'm just letting the viewers have a 4-second delay here. So I'm trying to chime in when I can, and I'm trying to be eye and eye with Rupert here. So far we may be working it well.
And he's freezing sometimes.
Let's go. Yes, go ahead.
So we're working through these technical difficulties. We will work them out. Don't worry. It will happen. But until then, just keep bringing your thoughts and your questions and so forth. So we understand what gossip is. We kind of know what is going on. But we speak about sin and we speak about holding the bridle, right, having a bridle on your tongue. How does gossip affect the church? Well, it affects it greatly, right? Because it can lead to dismantling an assembly or causing a division in an assembly or causing great pain and stress in an assembly. Is it something that actually can be controlled? Can there be a control of gossip? Can a leader, can the people not choose not to gossip? And is it possible to get it out of the church, or is it something that will always be there?
Well, I think it will always be there. Let me just use my own staff. If a word comes out and somebody said about so-and-so, technically and most times we want to find out where the source is. Well, who told you? Sometimes people will say, I don't want to say because they talk to me in confidence and my friend. And then you like, but they said something that's not the truth. And we just want to know if we can have a conversation with them to see where they got it from. So sometimes you can go that route. Most times that route will not be approachable because people want to be silent about when they spread stuff. And they don't want no one to know. Don't tell them that I said that because I don't want no confusion or what when you've already started the confusion.
Yeah. We're going to touch these points because they're going back. So we always want Ken to be attacked. We appreciate that. Ken, men usually gossip to each other, not to women, but they do gossip. Oh, we're going to touch that point. That's a good point. My sister, that's a good point. We're going to get to that point. I want to talk about this point that you made, right? Because Simon, it's true. People will say, "Oh, I don't want to tell you something." That to me, that to me, sign it's gossip. As soon as you say to me, "I don't want to tell you who said it," because that says to me, this is gossip. at that point, I'm like, I don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I get to that point because if you're going to bring something to me, bring me the source. Don't, don't if you're the source, just say,
Yes.
I prefer you give me, because that's why I think that we can then have a discussion. Oh, go ahead, man. You got your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah. So just to continue, yeah, just to continue what you were saying, because now being a leader, even yourself, you know this, you have to talk to your team now. You trying to find out what somebody was saying about them, but you can't get no results because they don't want to say nothing. So as a leader, you have to encourage them to trust in God. You know it's not true, or whatever words you say to them, you have to encourage them to try and help build up when it was not necessary because of what taught.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, I agree, right? As a leader, now when gossip comes in, now you're in the realm of how are we going to really handle this issue? How are we going to handle this thing? And you can't just say, okay, this is what I heard. This is what we're gonna. This is what's going on, because people are going to be like, what are you talking about, right? Because they may not have heard the gossip, and now you don't have a story behind the gossip. You just have the gossip. So leaders have to find
The
funny
gossip.
ways to fix it. Oftentimes,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't even know sometimes. Or let me put myself. I don't even know sometimes what I'm actually fixing because the gossip could be true or not true. Right now, you got to get to questioning people who you find out it's not true. Then you're like, man, I wasted a bunch of people's time. Um, right. So, Ken again. Now, gossip does not cause harm. Gossip is just spreading good information. But if there is no bad, then you can't spread it. I don't know if Ken is being serious on that one or not. Gossip does not
I think
cause
he's
harm.
facetious here. He's being facetious.
Yeah, I think he's being
He's being
facetious. I
facetious.
don't know what that one's about. Um, he says, he's talking to Noreen. You are right. Men do share the good stuff they get from you know who. Wow. Okay. Let's go on to this one.
I don't. I don't want. I don't want no more Ken. I don't want no more of Ken stuff up here.
We'll skip Ken stuff. We're gonna start vetting Ken stuff. Absolutely, gossip can be controlled. Bring all things under subjection of the Holy
I'm gonna
Spirit.
read it. I'm gonna read this. Esther. I'm gonna read Esther stuff. It says,
Okay, I just read it. Go ahead.
absolutely gossip can be controlled. Yeah, absolutely gossip can be controlled. Bring all under subjection of the Holy Ghost, which which it can, but I think it comes back to what I said earlier, is that it can be under the Holy, but not everybody under the Holy Ghost. Not everybody's Holy Ghost when they start chatting. And then as it come back, sometimes you have to control it by how two people have to come together or three people and talk about it. And if one wants to talk and the other doesn't want to talk, you can't talk. And they're going to deny it. Most times you're going to deny it because you don't want to be the one that caused problems.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm with you, man. You have to remember the church
Mm,
is not 100% Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized. I'm running for my life,
mm,
folks. Some of the folks in the church are just navigating what it means to be holy. Some folks are just navigating what it means to be righteous. And then there are the Holy Ghost filled people who, like we said, just want an audience, right? They just want to have
mm.
somebody's ear. Um, they just want a position. You know, that elder's in front of me, and I heard
Yep.
they messed up on Saturday night. So the quickest way for me to jump up to that position is to bring that person down. And so I think it's tough. I think Sister Chapman says this. I think it will always be there, but the pastor can make those whose names continue to come needs to be chastised or lose their position. We talked about position, and that's a difficulty, because you lean on the pastor to do it. But what happens when the pastor does it? Everybody's not in agreement with the pastor because they don't know what's going on. And if the pastor says something, now is it going to be, oh, this person so and so keeps bringing this up, but you don't want to chastise people publicly if they haven't disgraced themselves publicly. So you got to be careful. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, now you saying that, and I agree with you, because once the pastor does chastise, what does that person do after they've been chastised? Go back out into the congregation, go with their little friends, and start saying, you know what the pastor said to me, you know what they did to me, and at the same time, add to make the story even better, worse than what it was. So that's, like I was saying at the beginning, for a leader, for the pastor to chastise, which generally they should, if it's a continuous thing. So I agree with you there. But even the outcome from that, the gossip when it's finished with.
Yeah, don't let it be a pastor's friend or a pastor's family. Right? Because now I chastise, see how he defends his brother, or how he defends his sister, how he defends his, see how the pastor's doing that, see how the pastor, suddenly, that's the pastor's friend. See, what I'm saying is real, but because the pastor's friend, you know how minister so-and-so, they like this, so they're not, we can't say nothing wrong about them. That's what happens too. And now people think the pastor's taking sides. And it becomes even more dangerous. That's why we say gossip is a dangerous tool in the church that the devil can use. Because even if you want to fix it, it can still cause rumblings. Go ahead.
What the Bible said, says it's like the tongue. It will cut you. It will hurt. So it is very, very dangerous. And I can see it's freezing. I'm doing everything right here. I'm freezing like crazy. Everybody knows the tongue is dangerous. Everybody knows the tongue is dangerous. And to what Esther was saying, you have to be in the Holy Ghost. You have to be in the Spirit. And if you are in it, check you. If you are in it, check you, and you wouldn't be doing it. So does that mean it's not in the sanctuary, not in the spirit?
Yeah. Sister Nelson says, don't listen to it and don't be a part of it. Yeah. That would be the best thing, but man, it is easier said than done.
Ooh.
Some gossip is good. Some gossip is tasty. Let's tell the truth. You hear some things and you like, what? You may not spread it, but some of us, we listen to it, boy. Why are you
it's your reaction. And the reason, but what you is some is good and everything, but how do you react to it though? Hear it. I mean, you laugh and joke about it, man, that's not true. That's not true. You don't even have to go talk about it no more. But they just want to go deal with it. They want to somebody else. It on to somebody else. So I don't know. That's tough.
But Simon, you hear some gossip. You're not going to tell nobody, but you just listen because it just is funny, or it sounds so crazy that you say, man, I got here the end of this because what is this all about? I mean, and it may not even be church gossip, right? It could be at work. It could be sports gossip.
Mm.
Man, people,
And
for some reason, gospel could pull people in. I mean, gospel does,
I
but
keep
gospel
freezing.
pull people in. Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead. Why read Ken's question?
Yeah. I
No, this was
typing.
you are breaking up so bad. We are
5
sorry.
minutes. Push button. Subscribe. Like. Gotta get it in. I'm freezing. I'm being delayed. I don't even know what to do. No.
This is
push and like her.
What is everybody? This is probably one of the worst technical shows that we've ever had. It has never been so bad. But we apologize. It's just, let me spread some gossip. Simon's on the moon and we can't get a great signal.
Yeah. I'm not on the plane yet. I'll be on the plane tomorrow, but no, I'm not on the plane.
Okay, so Ken says, I don't know, gossip can be a check and balance tool. If the choir director is thinking about going to the club Saturday night, but don't because gossip won't let them get away with it. So this is a different kind of aspect that Brother Ken is bringing up, right? He's saying if they know gossip is out there, but if he goes to the club, that's not gossip. That's the truth. Man, you went to the club, right? Gossip would be that, this brother stopped off at the club because somebody asked him to deliver a package. You saw him coming out of the club, and now you said, oh my God, sister so-and-so, brother so-and-so has been going to the club, and we now spread the fact that we didn't tell the whole story. We don't know the whole story. Now it's the choir director goes to the club on Saturday nights. And he only or she only went there that one time to drop off something to somebody in that spot and it could be one of those that has a restaurant. They went to the restaurant section or their friend works there. Go ahead, man.
Just like you were saying, so they saw that person come up. So instead of them going to that person and saying, what are you doing? I just saw you. You want somebody else before you go talk to the person. That's my
Yeah, if you all didn't hear him, he was saying that instead of going to the person to say, hey, what's going on? I saw this. Can you explain? They now tell other people what they saw and don't give the whole entire story. You know, that's the case. Yeah. So yes. Sister Chapman, well, this will be your last statement, my sister. Keep bringing them. We love them. Keep coming.
No.
This is my last statement. It is a bait of
Satan. Please.
I agree 100%, and that's what I was about to say. It is something that infiltrates the church, and Satan wants it to happen. That's the part that's the most difficult. Satan loves it that we gossip. Satan loves it that people can tell these tales, and they love it. There are people who like drama, and more drama, the more gossip. Yeah, I like drama. I like drama in a good way. I like it in a good way. I like drama, but I like good drama. I like the drama where people laugh at the end. Not drama where people are hurt and crying at the end. But it's true. People like drama, and as drama goes, right, gossip goes. Unfortunately, people who are going through some of the most difficult times in their lives are normally beaten down even further through gossip. It's a plan of the Satan, and that's the deal. I don't know if you have anything to say on that, Simon.
And yes. So, and it goes back to what Esther was trying to say was it can be controlled. That's why it's hard. You may be able to control it if there's a group of you, like 6 to 10 or something, because you got to see each other all the time, and it's not really. I mean, you see each other, but when it's a huge church, when you're at work, when everything is huge, you know, people only have to plant one thing, and just like Sister Lyde was saying, the more drama, the more drama, the more gossip. If you want gossip, you know exactly who to go to, because you're going to go to them and say, did you hear anything yet? We trying to wait, and because we heard that, but we know that you know, because you do. So I mean, some people got that stigma already that they know.
Yeah. And guess what? Simon? We have a surprise drop off question.
Oh my God!
From Mark, bro. I'm gonna let you read it, bro. You can read it. Go ahead. You take this one.
Okay, there we go. Anita gave me permission. I'm going to say that again. Anita gave me permission to make one comment. Now, hopefully, he's eaten already and he's not spilling food or soup on his suit. Addressing gossip in a church requires fostering a culture of open communication. Now he's trying to preach now. Confidentially and compassion, encouraging members to speak directly to one another and resolve issues respectfully and privately. Signed, Elder Mark Broders.
You know what's so funny? It's the clearest that you've been all night. You need Mark. It is something God has made it so that you need Mark. There was no fuzziness, there was no delay, there was no freezing. It was perfect on the whole entire time.
Wow. Wow.
But
hopefully, did he type that during dessert? I mean,
I think he's tricking us. I think he said, honey, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. He went to the bathroom.
Yes.
As quick as he
yes. Anita gave him permission to go to the bathroom.
That's it. Yes. So yeah, but to that point, to what he's saying, right? The church already has.
Yes.
It. Scripture says, right? If you have a heart against somebody, take it to them, and then if it's still, then take it to the elders. But you first should take it to the individual, work it out. But the problem is not normally the two people that are having the issue. It's a third party who wants to make it something that when it may be nothing, right? It could be Jane and Mary are having an issue, but because Mary's friend Janet doesn't like Jane, she now says something to Mary to make it, or to Janet, I don't know, Jane, to make it more difficult for them to come together and fix it. And it blows it up. So I think that's part of the issue. Right? It's not gossip normally isn't from the two main parties. It's normally from a third party who's just trying to cause some rift between the three, right? He wanted to make the comment anyway.
Yes.
Yes, Holly. Yes. 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 You know what?
Hey, wait a minute. Wait. I want to know what percentage. Now, I'm talking. I want to know what percentage was he burning up that he wanted to make a comment so bad on his own show.
on a scale of 1 to 10, I think it was like 11. I have to make this comment. Please, Anita, please let me make this comment. I think it was way up there. I think I'm not putting that one up. Ken, you're not going to get me. Ken wants me to put up a comment. I'm not putting that one up there. he's not going to get me in trouble. He's not bringing me into his pool of females. Oh, so he puts it up there. No, take it down. All righty, everybody. So we're talking about gossip today.
No.
We're talking about gossip. We talked about how it can hurt the church. We talked about, what gossip is. And we also talked about, can it be stopped, right? But here's the thing that I want to also talk about with gossip. Because I think somebody brought up before with men, right? Gossip, where is it? Where is it? Oh, I can't find it.
No, Ken did it. Ken did it.
Was it Ken?
Ken said it. Yeah, about... or if it wasn't Ken, it was Nadine. It said men and men together.
Yeah, this one. Men usually gossip to each other, not to women, but they do gossip. That's what I want to talk about.
To each other.
Right? So do we? Do we? I think we do. I think we're ladies may gossip in a bigger group. We kind of gossip in our little groups to cause a little bit of contention. I think men are more jealous. So we kind of gossip more sneaky. What do you think?
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Do we really? I mean, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that men don't. I'm not saying that men don't. I'm just saying that men do generally talk and gossip in sports, church, what they saw on TV. It's generally what they see and how they feel about that situation. It's not like, I don't know, Ronaldo. We're not going to gossip about Ronaldo. We know, yeah, he got problems and all that. It's a different scale. I'm not saying that men don't gossip, but I'll tell you what I really feel offline.
Can I give you an example?
When they say
let me give you this example and tell
me
about this one. Hey,
men.
How do you afford that ride? How do you afford that ride? Yo, man, he must be doing something else because I know his job don't pay like that.
True. Yeah, I got you. So when you define it, you're gonna say men. I'm sorry.
You're breaking up. So I didn't hear that last part. Will you define it? What?
Men.
No. But I hear but Simon and everybody watch. I hear stuff like that. The wife, the job, the house. Men will gossip about stuff that they truly are jealous, right? They're jealous about certain things. So sometimes men are, especially a man that's jealous and weak-minded, won't praise his brother, but will bring his brother down. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the church. Pastors will talk about other pastors. Thank God I don't know a whole bunch of those guys, but if you watch YouTube, if you watch certain things, if you read the paper, pastors will love to tear down other leaders. It is what they do. Sometimes, not all of them, but some of them. You see, have a pastor that that other pastor doesn't like, do something crazy, and watch how quickly he'll have something to say, or she will have something to say. But him, especially that pastor's big time. Joe Osteen, look at how many pastors jumped from loving T.D. Jakes. Simon, they love T.D. Jakes. As soon as he went through his thing, those same people, woo, everywhere, tearing him down. I knew this.
But
I knew this.
now, yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Now, when you were saying the TD Jakes thing, is now the other pastors were like, I knew it. I was saying this for a long time. I knew there was something, but it just had to come out, and it never came out. But I told you so. All of a sudden, they had that discernment, and now they are great pastors, and now they're gonna say that God told me or whatever. So yeah, people jump on stuff sometimes, and I do agree about the men part. The jealousy part is if a man wants to be in a certain position or whatever, he can do that position. But I can do a better job than what he can do. I don't even know why they chose him. I can do much better than how he get it. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I agree with that part. Yeah, men can do that.
before I bring up this comment
again.
Yeah, before I bring up this comment, I just got to say this. What you just said was so funny because I remember seeing somebody's lawn, and I liked it so much. I was so jealous. I was like, man, I could do that lawn better. I could lawn better. If I just had some more time, and I told some folks, if I just had some more time, I could do it. Oh man, just jealousy. All right. Now, I don't know where this was coming from. This is coming from Mr. Mark again.
Mark.
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 Go ahead, take it.
Oh no, that's got to be Ken. Last comment. Okay, the last comment before I get in trouble. Overall, the frequency of gossiping is not significantly different between men and women. Rather, the nature and context of gossip vary. I think you're trying to be serious.
I think that's Ken trying to save his face. I think that's what it is. I think it's Ken trying to save his face.
Yes.
But gossip itself is a killer. And like we were saying, it doesn't make a difference if it's men or women, but men kind of get into it. Men kind of. Now, I will say this, and ladies, don't kill me, but I will say this. Ladies gossip sometimes is a little bit deeper than men's gossip. I think we all gossip, but I think the ladies gossip sometimes is meant to tear a deeper pain than maybe men's gossip. I don't know if everybody understands what I'm saying, but men will gossip about stuff they're jealous about. Their car, their house, their lady, whatever it may be. Women will gossip and tear down kids, hair, looks, attire, all sorts of stuff. Ladies will dig into. And it's a lot more personal sometimes. That's my opinion. What do y'all think about that? Oh, it was Mark's comment.
That was Mark. That was my comment, not Ken.
You know what? Mark is always in between.
Wow.
Hey, I'm going to keep it level. Men and women are okay. They're safe. That's Mark. And hey, buddy, stop sending comments in. We don't want to get in trouble. Don't get me and Simon in trouble for what you're doing right now. Eat your meal.
He got to be home. He got to be home.
Trying to get us to have Anita come over our house.
He's either home or Anita's driving. Yeah, he's either home or Anita's driving and he's texting.
It's got to be Anita's driving. Oh, I like that one. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. I agree, Uncle Rupert. It is more personal when women gossip. Thank you. Like the lady. That's a lady saying it, so I don't know if anybody else wants to come at me, but that's a lady agreeing with me. And I just think it's more, I think that women they can be a little bit more vindictive, right? And also gossip can keep that relationship. Guys, we can gossip with each other, right? I can gossip, mess with you, and then 2 days later we shake it off. We're back in hanging out.
Yes.
So ladies, if
Yes.
they gossip, woo,
You got
it may
4
take
minutes.
years. Yes, it may take years before they may come together. And because of that, last question to everybody, last question to you, Simon, before we have to log off. Can gossip be forgiven 100%? Can you take gossip, and can the church forgive it and move on?
Well, I'm breaking up like crazy here because it's getting worse and worse as the time is finishing. But preaching, we're always supposed to forgive. that is one thing that's been preached. No matter what, whatever situation, whatever sin we did or doing or whatever, we have to forgive. We have to pray for the individual. So if we're talking about gossip, you just got to pray. And it would be a good time for one-on-one to discuss, why did you say that? Or whatever. I mean, it would be good if one-on-one people would have a discussion, but it's not going to work like that, because people who gossip mostly deny. I didn't say it like that. I said this. I didn't say that. Whoever told you different than what I said. so that's it. I don't think it will ever be quenched. We just have to keep praying and stay in the spirit.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead.
You're right on that. I think you made a good point, right? Oftentimes the people that were actually in the midst, or the characters of the gossip, the main characters of the gossip, when they get together and they start talking about what was actually said, they find out that whatever was said was so far gone. But sometimes these hurts go so deep that you say you forgive the person, but I don't know if you really do forgive the person, because in the back of your head, you're always saying to yourself, well, why was it said that way? How did they get it that way? Even if, they want to spread some, what did you tell them? And why did you tell them the stuff I was telling you? So now the relationship, I might have forgiven you, but I'm not telling you certain things that I might have told you before because I'm afraid of what may happen, right? So we're going to be real careful. But everybody, our show is almost over, and we are so glad that you have come out, taking the time to watch us. Now, whatever is about to happen, I'm going to let Simon close it off, but whatever is going to happen, it will not be timed right. It will not work, because there's no possible way. But Simon, I'm going to give you the last words. Everybody, thank you so much. Simon, go ahead, close us off, buddy.
No, and look, it's not going to work. I thank everybody for coming on. I really do appreciate it. Even people who've been on for the first time, we love you all. We appreciate you all, and we'll never forget that all those who come on the show. So this is not going to work, but I'm just going to say it, because we will always say you're welcome, and he will say you're welcome whenever he feels like it. Go ahead.
You're welcome. He's welcome. You're all welcome.